You want to like them, but you can't.
Are you listening?
What?
Are you listening?
Did you bring me on this show to insult me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't want it with us, man. You straight gangsters over here,
Straight
man.
gangsters.
Ah.
Yeah, good morning and welcome back. That's right, you are listening to Scout Team Radio. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. I am one of your gracious hosts. They call me Loudbeard.
You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
Man, that's such a beautiful sound. I love hearing that. And the man on the other microphone, he is a great American. He is a great patriot. You all know him as...
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Chris America, coming to you live this Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. And how you doing today, Loudbeard?
I'm doing all right, Chris America. How about yourself?
I'm pretty tired. Not going to lie.
Yeah. This whole getting up early thing, it's overrated. But we do it. We hang in there.
We do it for the fans. We do it for the
That's right.
people.
We are a show for the people. Chris America, I'll be honest with you. For a Tuesday morning, I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Today's like a wacky Tuesday. Tuesday.
Is it Tacky Tuesday?
There we go. This is brought to you by Scooter and the Jizz. Tacky Tuesday.
Tacky Tuesday.
Well, and I'm just going to sum it up. I've got Bachelorette. Hot breaking news for you. We got a little recap action. We've got what else? WWE last night. We've got John Jones acting like John Jones. We've got meth gators showing back up in the news. We've got all kinds of stuff, Chris America.
Meth Gator's back?
He's back in the news.
All right, I do like me some Meth Gators.
Okay, good. See, I told you I got a lot to talk about. Yeah, it's all over the place today, Chris America. I got lots of stuff to cover.
We can even talk that hockey.
I don't have anything on hockey, but yeah, let's talk that hockey.
Hockey is still a sport. Back to you, Jim.
Perfect. I love it. Well, you know what? I'm going to start out with the biggest news of the night, and that is the Bachelorette, Chris America. I'm gonna take you down a trail of love and deceit and desire. One that we need to go down here on Scout Team Radio. As you recall, the villain of this show this season has been the dreaded Luke P. You remember Luke P?
I thought his name was Jeff P., but yes.
Okay, so not Jeff P., but Luke P. He is the villain of the show. And a couple episodes ago, or last episode, I don't know. I don't really watch it, but this is the best recap you'll ever hear. Luke P. says to Hannah, I would be 100% out if you slept with any other of the contestants. There's no way that I would be with you if you've slept with any of them. And she gives the iconic, I blanked in a windmill, and it starts with the letter F. This is a family show. Oh, thank you. I needed that. And she gives the old, I blanked in a windmill, because, she wanted to let Luke P. know that he can be out 100%. So she tells him.
So wait, like she did that on the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's a sassy little girl.
She is very sassy. That's why we call her Alabama Hannah. And she is great. Now, this show started out or had a men's only discussion where they really emphasized Luke P. and showed him a lot and showed the other guys and how they hated Luke P. and how they thought that he was a terrible guy. And so this is really building up the storyline as we go into the rose ceremony. This is the rose ceremony where Alabama Hannah had said she did not want Luke P. to be there. And she says, I have no regrets. I feel like F that guy, is what she said. This is word for word on television. And she says, not an ounce of her misses him. She doesn't want him in her life. she never is going to question that decision, and she's glad he's finally gone. And so this is how Alabama Hannah feels. So she walks up to the ceremony, and there's just the three guys sitting there. I don't even know their names. Peter, Tyler, and Jed. That's right. Those are the guys. Peter, the pilot, Tyler, and Jed. And all of a sudden, they cut to Luke P., and he's driving up in a car. He's coming in, and he sneaks in and gets through security and comes to the rose ceremony. So Luke P. is back in Alabama Hannah's life, but she's not very happy. As soon as she sees him walk in, she looks at him and kind of gives him the old, "Why are you here?" Oh, Luke P.'s heart is broken.
The drama's thick.
Yeah, it's very thick. And
like a frosty milkshake.
It's, or a Frosty from Wendy's, which isn't a
that's what I meant.
milkshake. But is
You're
that
right,
a
it's not.
milkshake?
No, I don't think
made
so.
out of,
It's a Frosty.
weird. What do you classify that as?
I don't know. You can't drink it through a straw. That's all I know.
It's impossible. So he tries to explain himself. Luke P is a very vulnerable guy right now. He tries to explain himself, and she says, "No, nay, sir, you will not explain yourself." And then she replies, "He wants just give me another chance. I should be here. And she says, "No, the F you're not. Just get away from me," is what she says. Now things are getting heated. And then she says to him, "I'm about to go psycho." Oh, Alabama
She says
Hannah,
that to him?
She says that to him. She's about to go psycho on Luke P.
He's like, good. That's what I'm looking for. I'm a psycho. That's what it's Luke Psycho. That's what the P stands for.
That's what she says. So he goes over there and he stands there and he says, "I'm still standing here and this isn't over for me yet." And he stands right next to the rose podium. And you know what she does? She does the biggest power move ever on the Bachelorette show. She picks up the rose podium and moves it away from Luke P. just to show him he doesn't deserve to be there and he doesn't deserve to stand there. And Chris America, Luke P., he just doesn't like to go away. And I'll be honest with you, this was the most dramatic Bachelorette ever. And I wish I would have watched it.
Yeah, so how did you get all these updates?
I pulled up an article off of
nice.
Entertainment something. Yeah, look
Solid.
at that. Yep. What is this from? Oh, Refinery 21. Apparently that's a website. When I Google Bachelorette update, they had a really good one. So yeah, I just kind of read through it before the show, and I said, you know what? This sounds pretty juicy. We need to talk about this. I mean, she effed in a windmill. This is what it says. I'm sorry. This is a family show. For all the small ears out there, earmuffs. She effed in a windmill, Chris America.
Yeah, I think if you're on that show and you're gonna tell a woman or man, either or, on that show that you're gone if they've slept with any of the other contestants, you're setting yourself up for disappointment there, guy.
Yeah, that's classic Luke P, isn't it?
You need to prepare yourself if you're gonna go on the show as a contestant for the person that you're chasing after to make out with, do other physical activities with the other contestants on the show. It's just kind of what happens.
Yeah, but this was that perfect villain scenario. We were talking about something yesterday where we said there has to be a villain, and the villain sometimes is more popular than the good guy. I don't even remember what it was we were talking about, but this is the perfect example. Luke P became the villain of this series, and that right there brought ratings. People wanted to know.
You need the bad guy.
You need the bad guy. When is he going to get kicked off? Mm-hmm. Yes. So
that's what I told your daughter Dee Dee. She's like, "Why are they kicking this guy off?" I said, "The producers aren't going to allow her to kick him off just yet," and they brought him all the way down to the final four.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, she's had no interest in this guy since the very beginning.
You're probably right. This was drawn out because it's all about ratings when it's all said and done. And they probably said once you get to the top four, you can do whatever you want. And then all the other guys, they don't get it. They don't get that the producers have all got this thing. So they're all sitting there like, why is this guy still in? And why is he still here? This isn't even fair. He's such a jerk. Why would she be giving him a chance? Well, because the producers pulled her behind and said, just let him stay to the last four. We need the money. We need the ratings. Trust me.
Yeah.
It'll be good for you if this show does really well.
Definitely.
She's like, yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
Jenny of Ohio calling you out. She says all men say they don't watch it. But really, they always give that old, I read it somewhere excuse.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I watched it because it actually sounds like it was pretty interesting. Dee Dee went over. She actually went over a friend's house to watch it last night, and this morning I'm kind of sitting there thinking, why didn't I turn it on? This is juicy. This is good stuff. I'm a little sad that I missed it. I probably need to go back and catch up and see what's happening here.
See if it's on demand. See if it's on demand.
This is like the best episode ever.
And Memphis Ben saying a Frosty is not a milkshake.
Ooh,
I think it's just a
debate.
Frosty. It's like its own thing. Because it's not ice cream either.
Like it's on the periodic table of elements. You've got
it's just
gold,
a Frosty.
silver,
Right.
Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. FR.
Niacin Frosty.
Perfect. Okay, now I teased it at the very beginning, and I'm not going to let this tease go for too long. Meth? No, I'm going to wait till after the commercial break. We're not talking Meth Gator yet, Chris America, because this story, just the twists and the turns, it's an emotional roller coaster, very similar to Bachelorette, and I don't want to do that to you this morning, so I'm going to tease it till after the break.
Okay.
Where I know you're going to be upset, and I need to let the cat out of the bag. John Jones.
Yes.
I shared, I sent you the article. I'm sure you saw it floating around
Yeah.
the interweb yesterday. It became a hot story, hot topic going right now. John Jones, we thought he was reformed. We thought he was a good guy. What happened? What's going on with John Jones, Chris America? Do you have any idea?
Hold on. This story's taking a turn. I just Googled John Jones, and TMZ's got a new one. So you sent me one that said he choked a server, correct?
Well, it was a waitress at a strip club. Yep.
Okay.
She's I guess server. That's more of the PC term. Yes.
So
Server at a
now
strip club.
TMZ, as of 15 hours ago, John Jones accused of slapping woman's vagina, denies allegations.
You know what? This is what's
I shouldn't be
happening.
laughing. I really shouldn't be laughing. But that is not something I thought I was going to see when I Googled John Jones today. So he's unaware of the allegations. Or he was unaware that he was charged with battery. So this isn't something where an incident went down at the club and the cop showed up and he left in handcuffs. This is something where something happened, he left, and then now he's being accused. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when this video comes out. Because there's definitely a video.
There's always a video, especially in a strip club. I'm guessing they have security cameras places. Not every place, though. I don't know. I'm not sure how the inner workings of a strip club are. Now he's got
Post
some
posted one. I'm trying to go through there now.
Yeah, the problem is like we get all these stories and some of them are pretty sensationalized. Now this one I'm reading says that he was roughhousing and put her in a tight rear naked chokehold. Okay. That's not good for you to do to server at a strip club.
So I'm reading here now. As of 4 hours ago by the Washington Post.
There we go. That's legit.
According to the Albuquerque Police Department report via ESPN, that Jones smacked her in the genital area, pulled her down onto his lap, and kissed her neck while she was working. She also told police that he put her in the chokehold and lifted her off the ground, and that he kept touching her despite her request that he stop doing so. Yeah, if that's all true, Jones has got to go.
Yeah. And I hate to jump to judgment on somebody, but I kind of feel like this is a true story. I don't know why. Maybe because he's done bad things in the past, like in 2015 when he had the hit and run, and he ran away from wasn't she pregnant, the person that he hit? Was that story? Do you remember?
Yeah, no. That was different because it was just a car accident. It wasn't like he hit the pregnant woman.
But she was pregnant in the car, and then he ran, right?
He hit a car that just so happened to have a pregnant woman inside. We don't even know if Jones even knew that there was a pregnant woman inside.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to get the details here. This is all about the truth, right? We're trying to set it true. And then yeah. Well, and then the testing positive for steroids. I mean, that's a thing.
All right. Well,
I get it.
He says he's ready to. He stands ready to factually refute the malicious lies being told about him to the public. So, we'll see what happens, man. I want more video. I want more evidence.
Yep. And he had a tweet coming out here. Someone tweeted at him, "Oh no, John Jones in trouble again," which I'm sure there's thousands of tweets that say that. And he replies, "I'm definitely not in trouble, my friend. Don't be so quick to believe everything you read on the internet." And then also to another reply, someone said, "I hope so, man. You need to stay inside because people want to see you fail again so bad." And he says, "I know there's a whole bunch of people hoping for my downfall, but there's even more who are proud of me and love seeing me do well, like you, Chris America. And screw staying inside. I love this community. Excited to keep climbing. Haters gonna be mad when I win in December." All right, so he's playing it off
So
like
he
this
seems
is
pretty
cool,
confident.
Man. Yeah.
He seems pretty confident, but we'll see.
Oh,
I could be done with him after this one, though. I could jump off of the John Jones bandwagon.
You've had a pretty long leash on John Jones. Like, you've been on the fan club for quite a while, and you've seen some of these things, and you're like, well, it's a drug. He had the drug thing, but it was like false positive or something.
Listen, drugs and car accidents, they happen. Putting
Slapping
a waitress,
a vagina.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying that you should do this to strippers, but this was a waitress, so it's kind of like you got to know there's a line here that you just don't cross. And then the whole putting her in the chokehold and lifting her off the ground, that's kind of like, all right, what are we doing here? You're a grown man. I can't imagine this woman's anywhere near the size of you, and you shouldn't be putting women in chokeholds, joking or not, and lifting them off the ground.
Yes. And we don't even know if she was pregnant or not. More information to follow.
More information to follow.
Yeah. This is just one of those situations where you have a guy that has all the talent in the world, could be one of the greatest of all time, and just can't stay out of trouble. But we've seen that in the past, right? When you're a fighter, you become a barbarian. And we look at guys like Mike Tyson. Could Mike Tyson stay out of trouble, Chris America?
He eventually did.
It took time, though, right? Like, he had to work himself through it.
It took, age. I think he wasn't until he was in his 40s that he stayed out of trouble. Like, this was, long after his career because, his last fight, he was biting a dude's ear off. Or one of his last fights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mike Tyson, he was another guy that if he could have focused and just been more disciplined and stayed out of trouble, his career could have been somewhat like Mayweather's, where it's just long and he could have made so much money and just been on the top of his game for so long. Not to say that Mayweather's a good dude or anything, but he's figured out how to stay on top. And I kind of equate Mike Tyson to John Jones. John Jones is just head and shoulders above any other athlete that he fights. He is just far superior. And I look at him and I think, man, what could have been? All these suspensions and all this trouble that he's been. And if all of that was wiped away, he could be right now known as the greatest MMA fighter of all time.
Yeah, he never had the suspensions. He would already be the greatest of all time. I don't even know what he would be doing. He would have definitely just cleaned through the 205 division. He might have moved up to heavyweight.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a tough situation because at the same time, I understand we're all human, right? We also, especially a guy that you give a little bit of money to. If you're talking 20-something-year-old guy, especially with some of this stuff happening 2012, 2015. I don't know what age he's at now, but he's mid-30s, early 30s?
I think early 30s, yeah, 31,
early
32.
30s.
Yeah.
So think stuff happening 7-8 years ago. You're talking about a 24, 25-year-old guy.
Yeah.
A 24, 25-year-old guy that gets a little bit of money, they get themselves into trouble. We see it all the time with football players, with baseball players, all these athletes. Most of them, 98% of them figure it out and do well. But there's that 2% that just they have trouble handling it. They just have trouble figuring out how to handle the money and the fame and everything that goes with it. So this is just a scenario where
you know what else I think it is too? It's the money, it's the fame, but it's also the legal team that he can afford, to where he feels invincible. Like, oh, okay, I got this great legal team. They'll just get me off every single time, so I can do whatever the hell I want. I can go 100 down the highway, and I'm sure he has either been let go because of who he is, or because he has a great legal team that just refutes the ticket and the ticket goes away.
Yeah, it is a larger than life feeling. And the sport that he's in, he's a fighter. So if he goes into a club, even the bouncers are probably a little like nervous, right? I mean, would you want to be the guy that has to like kick John Jones out of the strip club?
Not really. Especially after I watched that video of BJ Penn beating up a strip club bouncer. I don't want to take on John Jones. I'd rather fight BJ Penn than John Jones.
I know. Like you become larger than life at that point. You do. And when you become larger than life, all of a sudden the repercussions for your actions don't feel like they're that big. And the other thing, like you said, how many tickets do you think he's gotten out of, and how many warnings do you think he's gotten that nobody ever sees?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time, because this is a very old story, apparently. It says the court records reportedly show that Jones failed to appear for a bond arraignment last month, and that a bench warrant was issued for the battery charge. It was lifted after Jones, an Albuquerque resident, appeared in court Sunday and paid a $300 cash bond.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
this is
a
an old
huge
incident.
fine. Yeah, it's from April, I think. And I do.
Where
I
guys
do
like me and
remember
you
seeing,
were like, ooh, $300. I mean, it's not a tremendous amount to us, but it's still enough for us to be like, dang, I could have bought something else with that $300. And other people, that $300 is an astronomical amount. That's like a paycheck to them.
Yeah, and I saw somewhere where he said, hey, I went and paid the fine. I didn't even realize it was mine. It got sent to the wrong address. I never got it. And that's all they did was send it to him in the mail, and then he didn't pay it. So then, like, then it became a big deal, like a warrant out for his arrest because of a $300 bond thing that got sent to him, and he never even knew about. So there's some details to this where I could see that happening. And again, we're jumping to, or at least I'm jumping to conclusions. But I guess you can't put yourself into those situations though when you're a high-profile athlete. I mean, the strip club, does anything good come out of that?
No, and it seems like a very elaborate story. So to where, like, maybe some of it's true, some of it's not true.
Yeah, you got the chokehold with the lifting up. You've got the slapping of the genitals.
Slapping of the genitals. It's just kind of like, if he just sat there and did nothing, it would be extremely odd if this waitress is like, by the way, he slapped me in the vagina and he chokehold me and lifted me off the ground. So something happened. I'm not going to sit there and say he's completely innocent of wrongdoing, but I mean, it would just be really odd if you watch the video and he just sits there the whole time. Then you want to know, like, okay, what's the mentality of this waitress if she's making up all this stuff on a guy who just sat there the whole time?
Yeah. And sometimes you wonder if it's a cash grab.
Like, could be a cash grab. Maybe she had previous relations with Mr. Jones.
That's
and he's
true.
not wanting to continue those relations. So she's like, fine.
The bitter X turn.
Yeah,
I like it, Chris America. There you go. You're bringing in the heat. This
Hell
is
hath
good.
no fury than a woman scorned.
Yeah, there you go. You made that up, but that's pretty catchy.
Yeah. First time you ever heard that.
Yep. Well, Chris America, I'm going to move on from John Jones. I hope you're okay with that. I know he's your favorite topic and all. But I do want to make a big announcement to our fans and listeners out there. I looked at the top of the charts today, and we talked about this over the weekend, but I don't know if you guys knew this or not. To all of our listeners, and I know most of you are probably out in Pakistan, we became really big stars out in Pakistan just recently. We're blazing the Apple podcast charts in the country of Pakistan. And I'm proud to say, I'm very proud to say, as of this morning, in the category of sports professional sports, we are number 91 in the country
Yes.
of Pakistan for podcasts. And
Yes.
in the category of sports and recreation, we are number 142, Chris America. We're blazing a
blazing
new
up.
trail.
So
God, blazing up
I
in
think
Pakistan.
I think we got to talk more recreation. So maybe we discuss more marijuana. I don't know if that's the recreation they're looking for, or if they're talking about kayaking.
So we're gonna make a new Harold and Kumar movie, but it's gonna star you and I. I'm not
Chris
sure
American
which one.
Loudbeard.
I don't
token
know
up
which
in
one of us
Pakistan.
is the Asian and which one's the. Is he Pakistani? Is Kumar?
No, he's Indian.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
he's Indian. Now I
We
gotta look
could
that
change
up.
that.
I
He
don't
could be
seem racist.
Pakistani. Maybe.
We're
That's
probably
true.
sounding racist right now. Especially
No,
since
we're-
Pakistan and India like really hate each other. Yeah, probably should get that story straight.
But North Korea and South Korea hate each other, and they're all Koreans.
Yes, it's different. You're making it worse. Put the shovel down. Put the shovel down, Loudbeard.
I'm no worse than that Bleacher Report article that came out the other day. Those people
Yeah, what
love
happened there?
the white football players.
What happened there?
What? Oh, the Bleacher Report? You know, the
Oh,
top
yeah.
quarterbacks.
Sorry. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
now.
that top quarterback thing that came out. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, Pakistan loves the sports and recreation. So anyway, we're going to do a Harold and Kumar, but it's going to star Loudbeard and Chris America, and we're going to be blazing up in Pakistan because we're blazing up the charts on the Apple Podcast. And because we're sports and recreation, blazing and recreation, they go hand in hand. And we may need to blaze up in Pakistan. Road trip, Chris. I guess it's a plane trip. Can you take the road to Pakistan?
No.
What if there's an ice bridge that we've made continent to continent? Would that work?
With all your cold takes, sure.
I can just see us right now. We're like in a Thelma and Louise convertible, driving over an ice bridge, blazing up our recreational marijuana, driving to Pakistan. This is going to be a good movie, Chris America.
Yes. So I've looked it up. Kumar
Mm-hmm.
is Indian.
That
And
would've
did you know
met-
the actor Kal Penn? That's his real name.
Yep. Yeah.
Did you know he was a associate director in the White House Office of Public Engagement for Barack Obama for 1 year?
I kind of feel like I knew that. I don't know why. That's impressive, though. Barack Obama had hired Kumar to be in his office.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's
a cool fact.
To be a public engagement. Now, I could see Kumar doing a good job in public engagement for the White House. It could be
Yeah.
why we have all this legalization going on right now all across America. Could have been because Kumar was in the White House for a little while.
But what I really want to know is the backstory. Like, why wasn't Harold there? Like, did they break up?
Mm-hmm.
There could be a story to that.
He was busy being a doctor, right? Wasn't it Kumar the one that couldn't figure out what he wanted to do with life, and Harold knew he wanted to be a doctor, and that he had to go to some. Did he have to go to some like interview or something? And Kumar's like, "No, man, let's go to White Castle instead."
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think Harold's dad, was pushing him to be the doctor,
Mhm.
and he was
Yeah.
kind of second guessing it. But then White Castle sounds so delicious.
I've never had
And
it, so
Yeah. And then Neil Patrick Harris showed up, and that's what made Neil Patrick Harris famous again, Chris America.
it was
That movie.
re-jolted his career.
This morning has taken us on an exploration I never thought we would be going on. And I like it.
That's the way it is here in Scout Team Radio.
Oh, well, Chris America, it's about time for a commercial.
Slapping vaginas and smoking bowls with Kumar.
And on the flip side, I'm going to let all of you know why the meth gator is back in the news again. Stay tuned after a quick commercial break. If you've been listening to Scout Team Radio for a long time, you know that myself, Loudbeard, has placed a bet or two in his day. That's right, I've lost the beard bet, I lost the romper bet, but one place I don't like losing is when I bet money, and I can easily do that at MyBookie. That's right. You can go to mybookie.ag, use promo code 12OZSports, and get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. Hey, guess what? That is a lot of money. Do it.
When I'm working hard, I build up a thirst for sports. That's when I grab a cold 12-ounce sports radio. 12-ounce sports radio. Quench your sports thirst. Hey everybody, it's your favorite Patriot, Chris America, and I want you to listen every single weekday, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and on replays from 11 a.m. to noon of Scout Team Sports. Listen, George Washington did not cross over the ocean blue in 1492 to defeat the Nazis, so you can listen to the same tired national clickbait sports stories. So once again, tune in to us every single morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then we replay from 11 to noon. I will see you there, and God bless America.
Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here from the Captain Lou Extravaganza, coming to you live every Tuesday night on 12ouncesportsradio.com from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, it's a different name, but it's still the same great show. We're going to have guests every week live on the show, and we'll have your opinions as well as mine, and we'll see whose is better and obviously whose is right. That's every Tuesday night live, the Captain Lou Extravaganza from 8 until 10 p.m. Eastern Time on 12ouncesportsradio.com.
Hey, what's up there, listeners? This is your friendly neighborhood Loudbeard, and I'm here to tell you that there's two type of people in the world, those that are on a podcast and those that... Welcome back. Thank you all for listening in. Once again, we're Scout Team Radio. He's Chris America. I'm Loudbeard. We bring it to you hot and live each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., right here on 12-Ounce Sports Radio. We also simulcast on the Full Press Radio Network, and we are a part of the Barn Burner Radio Network. We're all over the place. Just saying. Catch us wherever you can. If you can't catch us live, feel free to download the podcast. You can search us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or if you're in Pakistan, we're on the top of the charts. Just saying. And, yeah, do all that. Search Scout Team Radio. Also, if you want to get social with us, hit us up on Twitter. We had some hot tweets coming in from Memphis Spence and Jenny of Ohio. And, yes, Memphis Spence, I agree, a Frosty is not a milkshake. I don't know what it is. It's different form of material. It's alien. It's an alien life form. Just saying that, too. But hit us up on Twitter at Scout Team Radio. We appreciate the involvement. We'll read your tweets on the air. We will talk about your topics, your subjects. We'll talk about any of that. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll talk about it, including meth gators. So I teased it before the break. I teased it at the beginning of the show. But I just wanted to let all of you know that the meth gator is back in the news, and it's not the story that you wanted to hear. It's a bad story. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news this morning, and I hate to break it all to you, but the police put out the warning about the meth gator as a joke, and it has been confirmed that the Tennessee Police Department was not serious, and that was meant to be a joke, and then it went viral, and it was out of control. It spun out of control, and they didn't know what to do, but it has been confirmed that the meth gator post was just a joke. It wasn't a real story.
I feel like they really did need to explain that to those in Tennessee. Like, this feels like a movie, right? Where, like, they're getting their pitchforks and their torches, and they're, like, going down to the mayor's office, be like, we need to do something about this meth gator.
They're like, why are people picketing and rioting?
Yeah.
Well, they're really upset because they flushed their meth, and now they're worried the gator's going to come back after them.
Like, we saw what them Florida gators did to us in Knoxville the other day, or last year, in September. We don't need no meth gator.
Oh, man. That's a scary thought, though. Meth gator? I also think of that gator from The Princess and the Frog.
if I'm gonna
the
be
big wobbly one.
attacked by a gator, I do want one that's on meth because he won't have any teeth.
Oh, did it? I love it, Chris America.
Okay, Loudbeard,
He
you ready
bites into
for
you and all the teeth break.
you ready for some sports news?
Yeah, sports. I've heard of it.
Our guy here, let me rewind him here. Our guy, your favorite running back, former
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steeler, now a New York Jet, had posted a little video yesterday. He had some things to get off his chest. No, Mr. Le'Veon Bell. Let's take a listen.
Hey, real bro, I'm tired of social media. I'm tired of everybody telling me, "Oh, Le'Veon, you're not focused. You only want to make music. He want to play basketball. He do everything besides play football." And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody talking that. I know y'all got a favorite person, a favorite athlete, your mom, your dad, whoever y'all do. So if somebody work at Target, do you think when they work from day 9 to 5, they go home and all they doing is worry about putting on the shelves? They trying to worry about what cereal numbers coming up? No. You think Braun is waking up? Oh, he ain't having no Taco Tuesdays. Braun don't have Taco Tuesdays. Y'all think he's just hooping all day? Y'all think Beyonce waking up singing all day? She don't go to work. She don't act. She do nothing else taking her kids. Really, she's waking up singing. So y'all think it's legitimate for me to just, oh yeah, I ain't supposed to be in this airport on the escalator. I'm supposed to be running up the steps, working out, get up these damn steps, That's crazy. So guess what I'm gonna do for y'all? I'm gonna give y'all this one time. Run down these damn steps. Look, running down the escalator. That's what I like. This is what y'all want him to do too. This is what I got to do too. He a normal civilian running down the escalator. I'm guessing that's what I got to do. The normal civilians, y'all just running, working out, not eating, not doing, just working out all day.
All right, Loudbeard, is that what you want Le'Veon Bell to do? You want him to just be running up escalators all day and running down the steps and doing crunches all the
sassy,
time?
man.
He's
sassy.
sassy.
He's gotten sassy. I kind of like it. He's putting the world on blast.
He
just got paid. He's okay now.
He put all of the Skip Baylesses and the Stephen A. Smiths and all the hot take guys on blast. We don't have anything to talk about, so let's talk about Le'Veon Bell and criticize him for dropping a rap album.
There we go. Colin Cowherd right now is he's shriveling up to nothing because Le'Veon Bell called him out.
Mm-hmm.
All of the big mouths, the loud mouths out there, the loud beards and whatnots.
I do like that though, where they're like they say it, they do say it about LeBron. You know, like, oh, how can he focus? He's working on that barber shop and this and that. He's not focused in L.A. Like I'm pretty sure LeBron's plenty focused. When the buzzer sounds or the horn sounds for the first period, he's ready to go.
You can work out 10 hours a day and then go for a couple hours and do whatever hobby you have. Mm-hmm. And then people are like, oh, look, he's playing a pickup game of basketball, obviously, or I guess in basketball that would be actually working out for LeBron. He's going
he's going skiing.
He's going
he's
skiing.
Doing a barbershop show.
He's taking his family to go see The Lion King at the movies.
Right.
He's obviously not focused on basketball.
He should be watching Lion King. He should be watching game film.
Yeah. Like, these guys should have some sort of life, especially in the off season. And you can still work out all day. Even if you're working out for 6 to 7 hours, and then you go home and relax for an hour or two, and then go out in the evening and have a nice time slapping vaginas at the strip club, you're still focused on your sport. That's what you do. That's what you do when you're an athlete. Why are people so critical of these guys? Le'Veon Bell, and he's a guy that he follows that John Jones train. I bet he's gone to a strip club and slapped a vagina in his day, but now he's focused. Ever since that incident where the 2 naked women in his bed stole all of his jewelry, I think he's really been reformed.
It's funny. I don't know if you heard him, but there was a guy that was actually running down the escalator too. And so he
I heard
panned
the
over to him.
tapping in the background. I was like, what is that noise?
No, so the tapping was him running down just regular stairs next to the escalator. And then he goes, oh, look, there's this guy right here. And he panned over to a guy running down the escalator at the airport. He's like, see, he's a normal civilian, and he's always working out. I guess I need to work out too.
Yeah, he's turned into my favorite NFL player now.
Yeah.
It makes me want to watch the Jets. Like,
it does,
there was no other reason for me to want to watch the Jets now I just want to see like what's going on with Le'Veon Bell.
And so when he has his first like 60-yard run, you're gonna be like, oh, those are those.
There you go. He's been
those
running up
steps
the
he ran down.
escalator.
Yep. If he
Perfect.
doesn't, he'd be like, oh, I guess he didn't run down the escalator, up the escalator the other day.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you ever run up the down escalator?
I really don't think I have. I can't remember ever doing
I've done it as a kid. My son wants to do it every time we go to Universal, but I tell him no. One of these days I'll let him do it.
Look at that. Yeah, you're gonna you gotta like surprise him one morning and say, we're going to Universal, but I've got really great news. It's not the fact that we're going to Universal. I'm gonna let you run up the escalator. Oh man. The
I'll
look
be
on
like,
his
we're
face.
gonna go
It'll
to
be like
Universal.
Christmas morning.
I'm going to say we're going to go over to the Universal, and then when we get there, we're like, all right, you can finally do it. He does it. I'm like, all right, let's go home.
Oh, perfect. Best ride ever.
And you didn't have to wait in line for it.
Nope, not at all. Now, Le'Veon Bell, we like this guy. He's become our favorite athlete. But there's another athlete that hit the news yesterday. Odell Beckham is the cover of August GQ.
Yes.
So one should it have been Le'Veon Bell? Maybe, but you know Odell, he's a suave looking young man. He makes it. But did you ever think that we would be on here on air talking about a member of the Cleveland Browns making the cover of GQ? I never thought I'd see the day.
No. Mm-mm.
This is a brave new world that we live in.
And you know what? They could get it again next year with Baker Mayfield. He looks like a GQ kind of guy too, just like Odell Beckham does.
They're really changing the culture there in Cleveland. This is a team to watch out for. I know there's a lot of hype around them right now, but I'm just letting you know that it's not just today and tomorrow. It's going to be for 4, 5, 6 years that this Cleveland Browns team, they're going to be hot. Baker, Odell, I mean, these guys are going to be blazing the Pakistans like we are. They're going to be on the covers of GQ, and they're going to be a seriously good football team. It is a great day to be a Brown.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the quote that I saw yesterday where he basically said that the Giants were stupid for trading him, and the only reason why they were ever on prime time was because of him.
Well, and he was also a little butthurt because they didn't talk to him about the trade. Like, he said nobody came and actually had a conversation with him and said, hey, we're going to trade you. It was just kind of like this disrespectful way that they just like shipped him off and never even talked to him. So, which I believe. I mean, it's the Giants for you.
So do you believe that the only reason why they were on, primetime slots was because of him? Okay, here I go. I got the quote here.
I do. Okay,
I felt disrespected. Like, after everything I've done for them, this is me being honest. This team has not been good for the last 6 years. I felt like I was the main reason at keeping that brand alive. They were still getting primetime games, still as a 5-11 team. Why? Because people want to see the show. You want to see me play. I agree with him. That was always what ESPN on Monday Night Football would push, would be him making that catch.
Oh, yeah. Odell was the reason. He was the show. Now, last year...
Are you going to watch any Giants games next year if they're 5-11? No.
No.
Well, maybe you will because
Redskins.
Saquon Barkley. Maybe Saquon Barkley. Maybe that's why they felt like they could get rid of Odell's, because they have a new show at a lower price.
Now, what I may watch is that day when they decide to bench Eli and put in Daniel Jones. I'd like to see that train wreck.
It'll be fun. You're going to see. You better trade for Saquon Barkley that day because he's going to get a lot of check down passes.
Yeah, there we go. Fantasy update. A fantasy alert. Hot take from the fantasy guys over here at Fantasy Hour. We're going Saquon Barkley because Eli Manning
PPR
can't throw.
machine.
He is a PPR machine. Dink and dunk all the way. We had a hot tweet coming in. This was from the janitor, and he tweets in from the 12-ounce Sports Radio Twitter account. He says, it's true. Gives the old Rainn Wilson gif there.
Yeah, to
Dwight.
the Frosty, not a milkshake.
Yeah, maybe that. Probably nothing to do with that Browns being back thing that I said. No, nothing to do with that. It was definitely about the Frosty situation.
No, he's replying to Memphis Spence's tweet.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I thought he was listening. Dang, man, I got to figure out how to use Twitter. It's been about
You got
3
to.
years, man. 2 years at least for the scout team stuff. I gotta one of these days.
It's hard to shake off old man syndrome. The
Yeah.
old OMS.
All right, so today's Tuesday. I'm going to give you some trending on Tuesday stuff going on the internet. This is just willy-nilly all over the place stuff, Chris America. One thing that was trending is, what's your AIM name? You remember that old AOL Instant Messenger that used to be popular back in the day?
Yes.
Were you on AIM?
Uh-huh.
So
I
one
was.
thing that...
I want to say, was that UF Pride?
Oh, there you go.
Because I was
It's
on
funny.
Yahoo Chat too a lot.
They were talking about how it's like everybody's got these like super embarrassing AIM names. So it was like became this little viral, a little push trending on Twitter of what was your AIM name? And yeah, so mine was Taco Kyle.
Taco Kyle, really?
Yeah.
I'm calling you that from now on.
Today's Tuesday. It's Taco
Yes,
Tuesday
Tacky
with Taco
Tuesday.
Kyle.
You need Taco Kyle.
Tacky Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Taco Kyle. Yep, I was Taco Kyle. And then I had a second one. Like I had a couple, and another one that was Vigilant Sidekick, which was a reference to a song I really enjoyed at the time, which now seems silly. But yeah, Vigilant Sidekick and Taco Kyle were my AIM names.
Oh, good old AOL Instant Messenger.
What was yours? UF Pride 69 was yours?
Yep. Let's see. Shane O'Mac. Well, first, the janitor says, "Of course, I'm listening. Browns are back when they make the playoffs. I'm holding judgment." It's probably a smart deal.
Oh, there we go. See, I told you he's listening.
He's been hurt before, Loudbeard. He's been hurt before. Shane O'Mac checking in. He'll go ahead and put this frosty thing to bed. A frosty is just a condiment to fries. I do like that.
There we go.
That is true.
Mike Berlon following up with my my little AIM question here. What was your favorite dashboard confessional lyric to use as your away message on AIM? Yeah. Well, I can't even remember that much of the dashboard. The Screaming Infidelity or something was one of the songs, or I don't know.
I don't know any dashboard. Like the only dashboard confessional I know of is the song by Meatloaf by the Dashboard Lights.
Oh,
Great
there you
song.
go. Yeah, Dashboard Confessional was like that super depressing, like
Yeah, it was
sad
an emo band, right?
Emo, yeah. Meh. See, my Vigilant Sidekick was a lyric from Rancid, which at the time, well, still is, I guess, but was my favorite band. I mean, I have a tattoo of them on my leg, so I have to claim that they're still my favorite band, right? Is that how that works?
Taco Kyle wasn't emo. He was a goth.
Yeah. And Taco Kyle actually didn't relate to tacos. At the time, I was into like cars and trucks and stuff, and I had a Tacoma that was lowered with rims, and so it was Taco Kyle was short for Tacoma. Anyway,
You realize like nobody would have like associated the word taco with Tacoma, right?
But that was the cool part about it. That's the play on words. That's what I did.
Somebody's like, I can see you in the chat rooms being like, "So you really like tacos?" No, actually, I don't like tacos. I like Tacomas. What?
There we go. That's. Hey, sometimes you got to go into those deeper, darker chat rooms. You know.
Oh, we
There we
got
go.
somebody chiming in with some facts and figures. James Mastrucci. I'll just
There you
read
go,
his at Jimmy Tude. I like that better. At Jimmy Tude. In fact, Thomas wanted to recreate the milkshake he had grown up that were so thick that spoons were necessary. So it is a milkshake, according to Mr. Thomas, the founder of Wendy's.
Yeah, but the key there is the recreating. So, like if I'm cloning a goat, do you really call the goat that was cloned and made it from a lab like an actual goat, or you call that thing
No.
like an abomination?
No, I call it a frosty.
Yeah, there you go. Good point. Good point. I like it. So that was trending. You know what else was trending on Twitter, Chris America? Apparently on the show Teletubbies, which I knew you were a big fan of, the show Teletubbies, they had a baby face in the sun. And that
Yes.
sun baby, there was a
Yes.
picture of the sun baby holding a baby, and it was going around, and everybody on Twitter was like going crazy, like the sun baby had a baby. And you know what? I found out that this was false. that they were just advertising the new Sun Baby. I don't know if they're redoing Teletubbies or something. So they had the old Sun Baby, who's now looks like she's like 16. I don't know if that's a real number or not, was holding this other baby, and it's actually the old Sun Baby holding the new Sun Baby. But Twitter went crazy because they thought the Sun Baby had another Sun Baby. Can you believe that?
Well, I mean, this show was inspired by acid or some sort of other type of trippy drug, because I couldn't watch that show. It was just too. I don't even know how parents let their kids watch that show. It was too trippy for me.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy. You know what else is trippy is staring off into outer space, looking at all the constellations, looking at the lunar landscape, and also thinking about our poor Orlando Apollos, inspired by the space program. They were short-lived, but Chris America, there's one thing that we can hang our hat on, and that is the fact that they are the self-anointed champions of the AAF, and they have given themselves rings. So congratulations to our very own Orlando Apollos. We were the media partner with, and you know what, Chris America, congratulations to them.
Yes, it's what we do here in Orlando. We do what we want. I'm going through a trending Twitter that I thought might be promising, but they never are. Unspoken bar rules, Loudbeard. Are there any unspoken bar rules that you have? One I do like, never fruit the beer. Is that an unspoken bar rule?
No, that's a guy trying to be funny. Oh, never fruit the beer. Guess what? We're living in the age of millennials. We put fruit in beer now. A nice mango splashed IPA, to me, that's fruit in a beer, and it's delicious. I'll live with that.
We have international fighting words. Ordering American beer is the same as ordering water in Canada.
Okay. Canadians, I like you guys. We're part of that Barn Burner Radio Network up in Toronto. But no, don't do that to us, man. We don't like this. We don't be hating on our beer.
Oh, unspoken bar rule. Don't bring Karen. God dang it. Gosh darn it.
Well, she's got her potato salad. She can come with me anytime.
Oh, unspoken bar rule. What do you think about this one, Loudbeer? Take on Me must be played once an hour.
Nope, that's not an unspoken bar rule. That's a terrible bar. I would leave that bar. Now, I can hear it once, but once an hour?
Yeah.
No.
If you want the entire, there are two songs you can play in the jukebox if you want the entire bar to sing, and that is Sweet Home Alabama and Sweet Caroline. You will get the entire bar to sing.
Both
if you
of those
play
songs
two
are sweet.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, here's one for unspoken bar rule for John Jones. Keep your grimy hands to yourself.
Ooh, slapping. It reminds me of that one movie where he's slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass.
You know what I'm talking about. Slapping the bass.
Unspoken bar rule. If a priest, a rabbi, and a minister walk in together, try not to laugh.
But how do you not laugh?
I don't know. I do like this one. No darts if you're one-eyeing it. They should have like a bouncer that just watches the dart throwers. Like, all right,
Damn.
You got that one eye closed. Time to call it a day.
I go through this like super peak, and then I fall off a cliff. So usually it's about 3.5 beers, and all of a sudden my focus gets like laser pinpoint, and I can like just nail anything on the dartboard. And then I get to about 4.5 beers, and it falls off a cliff. And I have trouble because I can't keep it right in the zone, because it's not like I can just stop drinking, right? Like I have to keep drinking.
Oh, you got to stay in the zone, yeah.
Yeah, and then once I fall off the cliff, I'm one-eyeing it the rest of the night, man. That I don't know how to get back up. I can't climb back up off that cliff.
Well, Loudbeard, you promised us some WWE Raw news. What's going on there?
Yeah, last night they had a Raw reunion special going on. They had appearances from Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and our all-time favorite Rikishi. He was out there, and he was promising all the fans a stink face to each one of them, and they all deserved it. Man, I missed the stink face.
Rikishi's still alive?
I think so.
I could have sworn he died. Maybe I'm thinking Umanga.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I read this. I didn't watch it live. You're calling me out again. I see how it is. Hopefully I'm thinking of the right guy here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would.
Yeah, if you
Anyway.
said the stink face, that's Rikishi's thing.
Yeah.
All right, Loudbeard, last one before going off. If someone challenges you to a dance-off, you accept that dance-off. Is that an unspoken bar rule?
Yes.
I wonder which one of our listeners would answer to a dance-off. Is it Memphis Spence? Is it Shane O'Mac? Is it the janitor? The Hefe? Or is it Jenny of Ohio? I do kind of want to see Micah and Scott in a dance-off.
Ooh. That would have been a good punishment.
It would have been.